I'm excited. I'm going to be able to answer some questions about how did Trades of Hope start and what is the mission of Trades of Hope. And if you're popping on, then hopefully you've actually heard of Trades of Hope at some point, but maybe you're going to share this with somebody you know. So I'm going to just give you the big picture of why we do what we do and how we started. So what is our mission? Our mission is to empower women out of poverty all over the world, and we are working with over 13,000 artisans, and we work in over 15 countries. So it's amazing what God has done through Trades of Hope. It's so exciting. And let's see who's on here. So we have quite a few people on. Hello, Kelly, so glad you're on. Lacey's on, Katie's on. Awesome, awesome. So fantastic to have some of you ladies on here. I'm curious, you can write in there how many of you are compassionate entrepreneurs and how many of you are customers. And if you're just on kind of going, I've heard about Trades of Hope, and I'm just curious, what do you all do and what are you, what is your mission? So how did we get started with Trades of Hope? So I am a pastor's wife, and as a pastor's wife, I've gone on mission trips and I've been able to go around the world. And it is mind-blowing when you have the opportunity to be in an impoverished country, and in some of these areas, your heart just leaps out of your chest. You're like, oh my gosh, like how can I be so blessed and not do something about this? How can I not help these people? And so as a pastor's wife, like my heart just broke. Seeing some of the things that I saw out there on the mission field. And then literally when I was 40, my heart broke. I actually had a heart attack. And I don't know about any of you, but I know for the most part, when you go through something like a cancer or a heart attack or something like that, you kind of start looking at your life so differently, right? You start asking questions like, okay, like, you know, am I doing what I'm supposed to in life? And that's what happened to me. I started asking those questions about my destiny and am I living out my purpose? You know, if I have a bad heart, I don't know how long I'm going to live. You know, I want to make sure like I'm making an imprint in this world and I'm living with purpose. And so I started praying through that and just asking God just to direct me and show me, you know, what is it I'm supposed to do? So have any of you ever felt that where you're just like, I know that I am created for something bigger than myself, and you're looking for that and searching for that. And I believe God's called all of us to something great, and I think so few of us believe it. My gosh, if I could like give that to any of you, it's that you would believe that God has created you for great things. And I believed that, but I felt like I was missing what it was, so I started really praying, like, God, what is it you want me to do? And I ended up being at a home party for candles, and I remember thinking like, hey, this is cool, because if you know me, I love a party. So I love people. I love being around people, and I get energized by people, and I just love to meet new people. So I'm at this party, and there's about 12 women there, and my girlfriend is doing the party, and she's standing up, and she's talking about the candles, and she's beaming, and she's excited. I'm like, this is cool. Like, she's her own CEO of her own company. And you know, I started thinking about it, and I thought, my goodness, what if we could actually sell products that could change these women's lives that I've met around the world? What if we could create something, a company so amazing that we had women like my friend who would share about it to be able to help more and more women? And I didn't have all the pieces together, but God had already started kind of putting them together. And so I started praying about, you know, how could this work? And God is so big and so good. I was actually homeschooling my kids at the time. I had 5 kids, and we homeschooled them and homeschooled them now too. And I was there, and I met this amazing woman, Gretchen Heichkins, who is my partner now. And Gretchen had done so many cool things in her life. She had started an orphanage and a medical clinic and a school, and maybe some of you here have actually seen that school, 3 Angels. And I started talking to her, and she started talking to me about what God had putting on her heart, and it was like this perfect mesh thing that we just knew. But we wanted to take it even further than that, because we both had children and we both had daughters. And you know, when you've been in impoverished countries, you recognize the realities of women in other countries. They do not have opportunity. They do not have the same schooling. Oftentimes they're not schooled because there's a boy in the family, and they'll school the boy over the girl. 40% of the women around the world make less than $2 a day. And so women especially are in very vulnerable positions in countries to be exploited, to end up being brought into the sex trade, to be in slavery of some kind, to end up, 16 hours we've heard in sweatshops while, their 2 years were home by themselves. And so women have it hard all over the world. We love men, and there are men a part of Trades of Hope, and we're super happy about that, but we really gear it towards women, and we gear our artisan groups are 80% women for that reason. And so we wanted to bring our daughters to be a part of this, and our daughters are amazing, Elizabeth and Chelsea, and they play a huge role in Trades of Hope right now. And so if you're a homeschooler, or homeschooler, send this to them, because I'm telling you, the opportunity in Trades of Hope to be able to bring your daughter a part of it is really, really cool. And so we brought our daughters a part of it. And it has been amazing to be able to see how God has brought all those pieces together. And so as we were talking, we were just like, we don't have MBAs in business. Like, honestly, I was like a stay-at-home mom for 15 years. I'm like, what can I give God? But you know what? That's all he's asking. It's what can you give? Give what you can give. And I love the verse, Proverbs 3:27. It says, do not withhold good when it is in your power to act. And we knew it was in our power to act. We had opportunity, we had choices, we had freedom that these women that we have met did not have. And so we knew we could do something. And so that's where Trades of Hope was born, is knowing that we could do something. And people always ask me, why didn't you start a charity? And there's a great place for charity. But oftentimes we see charity can hurt countries. When we go in and we try to do everything for them, we really do end up a lot of the times taking over and bringing our things to them and not listening to them. And so we realized that in starting a charity, I don't know about you, but no mom wants to have to stand in a line begging for food from a charity because her child is sick or her child is hungry. What she wants is the same thing we want. She wants an opportunity. And what we have seen is there's a place for charity, but for us to really, really be able to help these women around the world, we needed to create opportunity. We need to create jobs. So that's what we're about, job creation. And for us to do this, we needed to be sustainable. And if we were a charity, we would be looking for donations from outside to be able to help these women. So what we've done is we've created a missional business. That's what Trades of Hope is. We are on mission to change the world, to create a movement, to empower women. And it's not just women in all of these countries, it's also women here right in the United States. So that's why we didn't create it as a charity. Also, people say, well, why didn't you create an online store? And here's the thing, with one online store, you're like, hey, come help these women, right? Like, shout it from the mountaintop with one store. We have over 6,000 compassionate entrepreneurs that sell and promote and market all of these women's products. They have their own website. They have their own voice. They are the owners and CEOs of their own companies. So you know what happens? They own it, and they are so excited to share. So, and online, even some of our groups, they have some online, and they will tell us there's nothing in comparison to getting 6,000 women to talk about the mission of Trades of Hope. So that's why we didn't do it an online store. It's just exponentially we can grow. If you ever saw that commercial, that Agree commercial about hair, she tells somebody, and that's why God really did say start it as a direct sales company. And I'm going to be honest with you. Like, I kind of hesitated when direct sales, because I hadn't been involved. My family hadn't been involved in direct sales. And so it kind of gets a bad rap, and it had a bad rap in my brain too. And so I'm like, okay, God, are you sure? Direct sales, but he knew exactly what he was doing, because it has opened up so many women to be able to share, and incredible the lives that we have seen changed because of job creation, sustainability, and Trades of Hope, compassionate entrepreneurs selling these products. We could never do that online. And I have grown to absolutely love direct sales. And I'm going to tell you why. Because you know what? You do not have to have an MBA in business to be able to be a compassionate entrepreneur and to be able to sell. Maybe you didn't graduate from high school. You have the same opportunity as a compassionate entrepreneur to build a business and to build an income and to change the world. And maybe you're a stay-at-home mom. Maybe you're like, I don't want to work, outside of the home. You can do that at home. You can involve your kids. If you're a homeschool mom, you can still homeschool and involve your kids in direct sales business. You can work part-time, you can work full-time. It's your business, so you work as much as you want. It's flexible. If you want to travel, you can travel and do it. Again, if you want to homeschool. And honestly, what I didn't realize about direct sales is Avon was started in, let me see here, 1886. Like, isn't that crazy? 1886, that is 34 years before women could vote. Like, is that not insane or what? So it crashed open the door for women in ways that, you know, women were fighting with men in businesses to be able to move up, and the struggles that women have had of equality. They just said, okay, we're going to take a different route. And so, direct sales, really, from Mary Kay, from Avon, from Tupperware, they have opened doors for women in such huge, huge ways of equality that's so fantastic. And I'm really proud that Trades of Hope is one of those companies, and I love direct sales now. It really has empowered women since 1886. So that's fantastic. The other thing about direct sales, it is the new corner store, right? Think about it. So I don't know about you, but I grew up in a smaller town, Middleborough, Massachusetts. So I'd love to see if anybody's on here from Middleborough. That would be super cool. And growing up 30 years ago, we ended up, you know, we'd go shopping and we would go to different stores. Glidden's. I would go to Glidden's, and Mr. Glidden was there. And I remember getting my first communion dress there. And, you know, we had Mr. Glidden, and then we also had Martin's. And I would go to Martin's. I'll be honest, Mr. Martin's son, John Martin, was really cute. So that's kind of the reason I wanted to go to Martin's. But you could get your Levi's jeans at Martin's in this little town. And then there was Farrah's, and the Reeds owned Farrah's. And you'd go to Farrah's and you would get a frap, and you knew the Reeds. And Washburn's in town. You get your plumbing. My dad would drag me, and he knew Mr. Washburn. Everyone knew each other years ago. And that was such a beautiful thing about that hometown feel, and connecting and knowing the people you do business with. And nowadays, honestly, like, I travel a lot all around the country, and you could drop me down in the middle of Ohio or Massachusetts or California in an intersection, and I will not know where I'm at, because there is a Walmart over here and a Target over here and a Home Depot over here and a TJ Maxx over here, and they all look the same. And so things have really changed in years. But I love the fact that direct sales means you know who you're doing business with. You're connected to that person. You know what? Somebody in your family might do direct sales, you know, your family, your friends, and you know them. And that means, you know, as you're buying from them, it's not some big corporation that you don't know anybody. It is somebody you love. And the cool thing about that is, you know, it's paying for their groceries. It's paying for, you know, the kids back to school. It's paying for that car payment. So that's the cool thing about direct sales. It really has empowered women since the 1800s. And it is the new corner store where you can be connected to people you love. And I think that's awesome. So buy from your direct sales friends and family. I know I've got friends that sell, Tanya sells Mary Kay, Sarah and Laura sell Monet. If you have the opportunity, direct sales is a beautiful, beautiful thing, especially for women. We also are members of the Direct Sales Association, which ensures the highest standards of direct sales. You know, so there's nothing sketchy going on, because I know if you're like me, you're like, you know, you might have had some of those negative things about direct sales. But here's the thing, it ensures it's real products. This is real jewelry. This is, you know, real home decor. This is real scarves. And they're real customers. And it's not a pyramid scheme, because that's illegal. And that's what the direct sales make sure that none of that goes on. So it's really important, and we're really proud to be a part of the Direct Sales Association. We are also members of the Fair Trade Federation. And what that means that we are accountable to make sure that we are paying our artisans a fair wage. And I know that's another thing you're always worried about, you know, is people own companies, you're just thinking like, oh, are they really getting what they say they're getting? And so that's why it's really important that you know that we are part of the Fair Trade Federation, to make sure there's accountability, that our artisans are making a fair price. And how it works at Trades of Hope is we actually ask them, how much do you need to make to put a roof over your head, put food on your table, and to be able to put your kids in school? Because in a lot of these countries, school is not free. And if it is free, you have to pay for uniforms. And a lot of times they can't afford that. So, so we ask those questions, and then they give us the price, and then we say, okay, when we need to add in for the compassionate entrepreneurs, because we're super proud of that they're making a living, and add in for business expenses, can this product sell in the American market? And so it is marked up after we buy it from them, making sure they are making a fair wage. It also means that they have safe working conditions. Trades of Hope is fair trade, no child labor, And they are paid ahead of time. So with fair trade, they are paid 50% ahead, but a lot of times we pay 100% because we're working with some of these groups that are so grassroots that they couldn't afford to buy the materials to make the product if we didn't end up helping them ahead of time. So oftentimes we do that. So keep that in mind. It's not a percentage that we give back. I think a lot of people think that because that's that charity mentality, but again, we are creating long-term, sustainable work for our artisans. It's not a charity. They are thrilled it's not a charity. They want to take pride in what they're doing. They want to take pride in their job, just like you and I want to be able to do. We also pay the shipping for it to come here. They don't pay that. Again, they're getting 3 to 6 times more than they would get in their own country. And they need us to buy their products because their neighbors aren't going to be buying their products because their neighbors are in the same situation they're in. So, you know, they're reaching out to us saying, you know, could you please help us? Because that opportunity is not there to them. And the opportunity that we have in America is we are a very affluent and blessed country. And we buy for pleasure and we buy for want. And in these other countries that we're working with, they buy for need. So the reality is we have a luxury they don't, and we are able to, out of our blessings, bless them with fair trade, long-term, sustainable work. I, as one of the founders, again, there's 4 of us, I've had the opportunity to travel and to meet so many of our artisans. And I got to be in Haiti. And as a matter of fact, I think I have something here from Haiti. Okay, the necklace over here, I think it's the halo necklace, is from Haiti, made out of cereal box beads. And you know, when you go to these countries and you meet these women and you realize what a job means to them, and you sit with them. How many of you, if you're on here, have actually been to Haiti before? I know we take our compassionate entrepreneurs there because we want them to actually meet the artisans. Is that not the coolest thing? I mean, how many companies are going to bring you back and let you meet the people who made it? And we do that because we want you to see firsthand what you are doing through your purchases. And we want our compassionate entrepreneurs to see firsthand what they're doing through becoming a compassionate entrepreneur. And when you get to see these women and the pride they have, because they might start in all of these countries in something simple, you know, doing beads, but they move up and they become, we have women who become managers in that company. And some of these women, they started this job because they were standing outside with their baby in their arm, holding their baby, asking, please, please, I need a job. Because if I don't get a job, I can't feed this baby. And if I can't feed this baby, I'm gonna have to bring her to an orphanage and leave her. Because I would rather give her up than have her starve in my arms. So this is the reality of so many of these artisans that we're working with around the world, is they have to make these horrific choices. And because of Trades of Hope, and the compassionate entrepreneurs, and if you're a customer, because of you, we can give these women jobs and they can keep their babies. And in India, this scarf I'm wearing right now, I got to meet the women that make it. I got to laugh with them, I got to cry with them, I got to sit with them in their homes. I ended up going to homes in the slums of Mumbai and sitting with women, praying with women who were saying, you know, we hear what you do. Is there any way we can come and work for you? And it's so hard for me because at this point I want to say, yes, 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 of course. Like, I can't imagine living the way that they're living. But I can't say yes until Trades of Hope continues to grow. We need to bring on more compassionate entrepreneurs to be able to help more women in desperate places. And I'm so super proud that we were able to help as many women as we are helping. The hardest thing about going on the trips that I go on is I end up in the hardest places, seeing the hardest things. And there's always somebody else that you fall in love with that you think, okay, if we can only help them. So I know here at the home team, they're like, don't send the founders anymore because the founders, we fall in love with them and we're like, we have to bring this group on. But what I realize is what we really have to do is share the mission of Trades of Hope. Because as we share, we know there are so many people out there who you want a purpose in your life, you want to make a difference, you want to feel like you've done something that's significant in this world. Maybe you wanted to be a missionary and that wasn't possible for whatever reason, or you ended up being here, or maybe you're working at a job that you're thinking, this does not bring me fulfillment. I feel like Trades of Hope is the work I do here. It's a career that feeds my soul. And I know that God will say, well done, one day. So sorry. So after being with all these artisans and connecting with all these artisans, like I'm so proud of the work we're doing, but there's so much more work to be done. I was just in Asia, and I'm wearing my Meili necklace here. This is gonna be hard too. I was in Asia, and I was in the brothels of Asia, and walking side by side with women that were my mom, and they were my sister, and they were my daughter, and they were just like me and just like the people I love, but yet they were having to sell their bodies, and it was so confusing and so difficult to grasp. But I had 5 kids, and when I got to sit with them and I got to hear the why, they'd go home at night and their child would say, "Mommy, I'm hungry. Mommy, I'm hungry." And I don't know about you, but okay, it's wrong. I have 5 kids. Like, I adore my kids. I would do anything for them. Like, I understood it. Like, you do what you have to do at times. And so I know what we're doing at Trades of Hope is so significant, because I got to meet all these women that have been pulled and rescued out of the brothels. And what they're telling me is their life is completely changed. The trajectory of their life is completely going to be different for them, different from their children than it would ever have been had they not had the opportunity for a sustainable job. So through the group we're working with in Asia, they are teaching them how to do photography, how to do accounting, seeing what skill sets they have, and training them. And it's a 2-year program that they're in. And by the time they leave, they will have skills to go into any job, and no one will ever know their past or that they were ever in a brothel. Is that not the most beautiful thing ever? And that's who we're partnering with. And so we are looking for women who want to partner with us to be able to make an income for their family while helping a woman around the world make an income for her family. We're also helping women here in the United States. We have a group in California helping women out of the sex industry there. And I know a lot of people always ask me, you know, are you helping women in America? And it's a fair question, right? I love my country too. And so yes, absolutely, we're helping women here in America, in California, out of the sex trade. We're also helping women in Tennessee that have been incarcerated, have skill sets, same thing, so they can learn and grow. And then when they go out after graduating, they're able to get jobs that they never thought they could ever have. But the bigger way we're helping American women is really cool, and I'm proud of it, and it's the compassionate entrepreneur. It is so wonderful to be able to see that women here can make an income, find a purpose, and have a sisterhood by coming on as a compassionate entrepreneur. And I want to tell you, the hardest thing about Trades of Hope is the women that do come on, like saying, well, I'm going to make an income. They have to make an income for this to work. We need the 6,000 loud voices marketing Trades of Hope. And all of us say, well, I volunteer for a charity, but you know what? You still have to put food on your table. So it actually makes total sense for it to be a sustainable business, for the compassionate entrepreneur to make an income also. That's the beautiful thing. And while I was in India, in those slums, and I got to meet with those women, I got to share with them, and some of them that have started to work for Trades of Hope, work with Trades of Hope and partner with us that are making products, I got to say to them, do you know you are helping a woman in America put food on her table too? And you should have seen that. Oh my gosh, the pride, like they were standing up so straight, like, oh my goodness. They had so much pride to think that they were helping a woman in America at the same time. That is dignity. That is dignity. And that's what we say. We are a dignified partnership. We are not a charity. We are not giving hands out. We are giving a help up, a hand up. That's what Trades of Hope is all about. And we are looking for women that are looking for a purpose in their life. And that might be you watching today. And I know, you know, I will tell you, like 90% of the people that have ever joined Trades of Hope, this is what they say. I'm not a salesperson. Okay, I'm not a salesperson either. Most people aren't. I don't want to sell anything I don't 100% believe in. Oh my gosh, you can 100% believe in what Trades of Hope is doing in the lives that are changed. You can get on a plane and you can go to Haiti and you can meet some of these artisans for yourself and see what your sales do. So I totally get that. How does it work? Becoming a compassionate entrepreneur, it's $99 for a kit. Like, I hate even like bringing the business into this, but this is how they make money. As your income grows, their income grows. So if you come on as a compassionate entrepreneur, your success is her success. That's how it works. I mean, honestly, God is so big, right? It is the most beautiful thing, women helping women. And I'm blown away. Like, I pinch myself to think like that God would even allow me to be a part of something so cool. And I know the other founders feel the exact same way. So we would love for you to be a part of this as well. So the kit is $99, and the kit is beside me here. I think you can see everything. And it comes with so many tools, you know, and one of my favorite tools, because if you're like me, it's really scary to get in front of people and talk. So we have cue cards. Isn't this super cool? Right? When you first start, you're not sure what to say or what to talk about, so we share the cue cards with you so you know exactly what to say. Make it really easy, because we know the truth is a lot of women that come on board, they're not going to be salespeople. They are just going to have these enormous hearts that want to help. And so we want to make it as easy as possible for you. So we have created these tools for you. If you buy the kit for $99, there's a back office. We give you your own website. There's training. You will have a sisterhood of women around you. We have events and annual retreats that you can be a part of to grow with. And let me tell you, there is nothing like being in a room with hundreds of women that share a passion to change the world and to transform lives. There is nothing like it. It's incredible. If you are a compassionate entrepreneur on here, I hope you will share with the others on here. Like, it is amazing to partner with women that want to make such a difference. I mean, your heart just wants to explode. As a compassionate entrepreneur, you earn 25%. And if you grow your team, you earn more. Again, if you work a little, you make a little. You work a lot, you make a lot. And as you're working and your income grows, her income grows. The women we're helping around the world, their income grows. So I'm really excited when people are successful, when our compassionate entrepreneurs are successful and they grow their business, because I know that means more work for the women that I've met around the world. That means there's more work for Florence in Uganda. That means I was just in the Philippines and I actually got to see Claire, who makes these earrings. And Claire has 6 kids. And I got to spend time with her, and like, my heart just wanted to bust out as she shared with me. She drives like 3 hours to get to work because it's the best job, best paying job. And it allows her to be able to take care of her 6 kids and all of them in school. And her dream is for them to go on to university. That is a dream that she would never have believed possible, to dream that kind of dream, if it wasn't for our compassionate entrepreneurs who truly are compassionate and have owned this business as their own to grow it so that they can change women like Claire and women like Florence and women like Gina and Haiti, keep her baby. We work with a group in Guatemala that make these beautiful earrings that it has their fingerprint on it. Is that not the coolest thing you have ever seen? Like, their fingerprint is right on it. And these are women, but they were girls. They grew up in a girl's home, and they were in the home because there was some dangerous situations in their natural homes. And so they came to this group home, they're loved there. And as they get older, rather than saying, okay, now you graduate, you go out into this world where you're very vulnerable for exploitation, we're actually teaching them how to read. We're teaching them business skills. They're learning how to make these beautiful earrings, and they put their fingerprint right on it, the impression earrings. You know, so I could go on, and I know we're supposed to try to keep this short, which obviously I never keep anything short, so that's just how it works. Here's the thing. If you know somebody that you think would love a career that feeds their soul, would love to be a part of something bigger than themselves, something that brings them great joy, and at the same time is bringing great joy to a woman around the world, please share this video with them, the Trades of Hope video with them. It will change lives. I believe if we could share and share and share this, get more women, and even men are welcome to sign in, sign up as a compassionate entrepreneur with Trades of Hope, $99 kit, be a part of a sisterhood, have a purpose, and you make an income at the same time and feel really proud about what you do. We can continue this movement of eradicating poverty for so many people, giving them a future that they're so proud of and jobs they're so proud of. Seeing those women in the brothels and seeing them come out of the brothels, seeing the pride that they have to know that their future is completely different because of you, if you're a compassionate entrepreneur, and because of you, if you're a customer. So thanks so much for joining us live. I am so bad, I need glasses, so I know that I was supposed to answer lots of questions here, or at least read them. So I'm going to read some of them. Oh, awesome. I'm so loved. So many of you compassionate entrepreneurs are on here. I love that. Lita would sign up again right now if she could. That's awesome. Well, honestly, go sign someone else up. Go share with them. It's so fantastic. My son Dakota's on. Thanks, Dakota. Let's see, what else do we have here? I know I didn't ask enough questions. So if you are interested in becoming a compassionate entrepreneur, how do you go about doing that? If a compassionate entrepreneur invited you to be a part of this call, please connect with them and ask them more questions. If for some reason you're on here because you've liked our Facebook group, you can email in to Trades of Hope. You can actually, even on the Facebook messages, we'll be reading that. Let us know that you would like more information about becoming a compassionate entrepreneur, and we will connect you with a compassionate entrepreneur in your area. Right now, we're over 6,000 compassionate entrepreneurs, but can you imagine what we are going to be able to do for lives changed? We also have the Gift of Hope program where we're giving water and bicycles and fruit trees and education. We started a school in India. Like, I know there's so much I could share with you that would blow your mind. That's how big God is. And He's given us an incredible team here and an incredible amount of compassionate entrepreneurs that have the biggest hearts, most beautiful women and men. I love your comments. Nothing like others who are like-minded. Talking about the Inspire retreat that we have in July. We're going to have a leadership retreat as well. Awesome. Seeing people ready to come out and change the world with us. This is so fantastic. And it went better than I thought. I'm really nervous about doing lives because I get like crazy and you never know what I'm going to say. But that's the fun I hear of lives. So fantastic hearing you. Thank you, Casey and Jennifer. Yes, you can share with this video. You can tag people, tag as many people in it as you can. I know it's a little bit long. Hopefully they'll be willing to hear it. Maybe they'll watch a little and ask you. If there's something that really stands out, tell them, start it at this number and have them watch it there. But please, yes, share. And love that. Homeschool moms rock. That's awesome. And I do say that as a homeschool mom, to be able to have your child be a part of it, something so incredible. It teaches them all about the world. It teaches them business skills. Do we have any other homeschool moms on here? I actually will look and see. I saw one earlier, but I didn't see who that actually was. God is so big, right? But I'll tell you, the most beautiful thing was, and homeschooling stuff for everybody, but for us it was great, and we really taught them entrepreneur skills, and I love that Trades of Hope is doing that. I love that as a mom you can share this with your kids and maybe a daughter that you have, to be able to teach them about the world and to teach them how blessed they are. And it's an incredible thing. If you're a homeschooler, if you know a homeschooler, tag them. If you know a stay-at-home mom who's thinking, I gotta go back to work, tag her. If you know somebody who's like, they've been complaining about their job a ton, tag them. And just share with them, because through this we really can make such a huge impact and change the world. Thank you so much for joining with me on this Facebook Live today. I see Jessie is a homeschooler, Jennifer's a homeschooler, Rebecca's a homeschooler. Thank you so much for being on here with me. And Ashley, that's awesome. So God bless you guys. Thank you, compassionate entrepreneurs, and connect up with us. We would love for you to join our sisterhood. Bye.